Let's get it started.
Yes.
How's it going, guys? Matt here with Carolina Coops. Welcome to Video Chicken. To my left is my host, Kristen Warren.
I think this one really could be a male.
Oh, we got one that's hatching? This show is for you guys. This is the bass fiber. Y'all know chickens are the gateway drug into homesteading.
We survived with only one trip to the ER.
Coyotes are everywhere.
It's about time you show up, Matt.
Uh-huh.
It's a great straw.
It is time, finally, for chicken police. They defecate every 12 seconds. Is that true? Now it is officially noon because the buzzer went off.
Well, I've never counted.
Long
More
Rodent.
coops
That's a good one with the cords and everything.
and more chickens.
Well, the math you do now, Daddy, is chicken math.
Calm down, Matt.
But-
Calm down.
What's going on, guys?
Hello.
Welcome to Video Chicken, brought to you by Carolina Coops. It is another Friday, noon Eastern, technically 12:01 now. I swear to God, it's Monday. I've had at least 3 employees today go, is today Monday? What in the world's going on today?
Yeah, Non said there isn't enough coffee.
Oh my! You know, speaking of coffee, for the employees out there listening right now over the loudspeaker, whoever's in charge of coffee, we need to get a new coffee maker. I am so tired. We need to get what we have in New York.
That one came with the building.
No,
It didn't?
no. That one sailed.
Oh, okay. It's just been here so long.
Welcome to Video Chicken, September 9th,
Okay.
2022.
Yes. That is today.
At least you got the month right this time.
Yes, I did have an issue last week, right?
Yes, you did.
I set it up, Matt. You always have issues.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
I know you were.
We all were.
Welcome. You were early today.
Yes.
Huh.
Because I had banked on stopping at Sherwin-Williams.
So if I ask you to be here at 11, you'll be here?
Sure. Anything for you, boss.
Oh, speaking of Sherwin-Williams, actually I just got off the phone with our new rep here. She's going to be here Monday, and she's actually from Brockport, New York.
Oh, that's where my brother went to school.
Imagine.
That's by Rochester, right?
You're kidding me. Imagine that. More
We're
people.
We're all SUNY people up here.
More people from Rochester in the North Carolina area. You're welcome. You hate it, don't you?
No. Just assimilate, please.
So to my left, Kristen, co-host, chicken expert, chickenista.
Chicken enthusiast.
Chicken enthusiast. Is that what you're going with? We're not doing
Yes.
chickenista anymore?
Oh, chickenistas.
I kind of, chickenista's grown on me. Of course, there was Ingrid behind the computer, the soundboard, always doing her thing, making sure we're on time.
Yeah.
I love she's running on 10 minutes, come on. And I was like, I'm going to push it. I might just push it just because, yeah, anyways. And
You're just pulling a Kristen.
Nan is, I'm sure, listening in her office, as always, chiming in when needed. Yeah, so today has been crazy. I swear, if I didn't know any better, today is a Monday.
What happened today?
I'm not gonna get in. I'm not even gonna get into it. I don't even want to talk about it on the air. I'll be honest with you, which is not like me because there's some things I don't want to disclose. All I know is we left a really perfectly good Bowberry biscuit. Oh. You hear that?
You can hammer in some nails with that now.
Yeah,
Oh, my goodness.
You frown upon the dandelion greens, but you'll eat that piece of crap?
I did. Did I say I was gonna eat it? Hell no. So we're gonna give you guys a minute. Everyone getting in. Audience is already building up. Definitely appreciate you being here. Again, we are live September 9th, 2022. Today, I hear, actually, I think Ingrid and I came up with today's show. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure you guys discuss first. I noticed she talks to you first, which she should.
Oh, we talk.
Yes. And I see Misty just said morning. Good morning, Misty. She reminded me. She sent something. Make sure I talk about it. It's pest related. I don't know if it's tagging or whatever. She just put my name in a comment. So it was in the Carolina Coops owner forum. So I'm sure a lot of people here are watching. If you're not in the Carolina Coops owner forum and you own a Carolina Coop, you definitely got to go there and be part of that group. It is a really cool group. Anyways, she just tagged me, I guess you would call it. And I wanted to talk about that. I thought it was an interesting, I read. That's how committed I am to our fan base. If you guys didn't know this, I hate reading. I don't think there was a video. Maybe there was. I was going to watch the video. But anyways, today, already we're talking about this.
Well, you got to be prepared. We're like Boy Scouts.
It was a little early.
Do we have a snow effect? We should have a snow. I bet you we can get a special effect of snow.
No, but I have like Okay.
But as they say, winter is coming.
Oh God, I don't
See
miss
that
winter.
picture?
Is that what they said on the Game of Thrones?
What a great coop! That is an interesting color scheme. Very unique.
Yeah.
I did not watch Game of Thrones, and you don't watch TV, so you watch Game of Thrones. Interesting. So today we're gonna focus on getting ready for winter, because actually there's people already. It's getting cold. Mm-hmm. Oh, I think our last turnkey coop in the north is. You don't get any further north in the peninsula of Idaho, do you? I was told you could throw a stone and it'll be in Canada.
I don't know.
Come on, people, warm up with me.
I know that's Gina's. She's happy to get her chicken coop.
Yes, yes. I know the crew is very excited to go do Gina's coop. All right, so today, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. If you don't have any,
we will take all your questions.
Yeah, we're gonna take all your questions always, but we try to theme the. I got something in my mouth. I'm gonna try to get it out.
Oh, great!
I don't
Is
know
it
what
a tooth. You lose a tooth
Yeah.
on that Bowberry biscuit.
This reminds me where you tried to kill me with the chicken poop. There it is. Chicken.
Oh, it's probably hemp.
Oh, my
You probably
No,
have some hemp.
I just ate a
between your teeth.
burrito, a breakfast burrito, and it was like a thing of pepper or something. I don't know. Anyways,
It's probably hemp.
Um,
It's just everywhere.
if you have any questions, comments, chicken coops, whatever, please leave it in the comment section. If you don't have a question or comment, please say hi. As you can see, people already are. Let us know where you're watching from. And please share the show. Do everything you can to continue to help promote this show. It does keep growing and growing and growing, which brings me back every single week. Because I'm like, because we
It
keep.
brings me back every week. You're here.
It's the
anyhow.
only reason why you're here. The original deal was you're supposed to be here 3 days a week. Somehow you're just down to 3 hours a week.
Oh, the 1 hour commute.
And what is this? You're going on vacation? I
am.
don't think I'm going to authorize this.
Well,
Run, Kristen, run!
No. Holy cow.
It's during the slowest part of the year
Uh-huh.
for us. You know.
Yeah, that's where everyone's like, Kristen, yeah, you have no idea. Supposedly the slowest time of the year. Well, we'll talk about that. You're going to Europe?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Where are you going?
Southern France.
Must be nice.
I know.
Must be nice to be Kristen.
My daughter is 19 and she's had a pen pal for 2 years and wants to go meet him, but she will not go to Southern France unsupervised.
Correct. If you have not seen the movie Taken.
Yes, and I did watch that. So yes, we are all going to
That's,
meet
And Liam Neeson's going too, just in case.
just in case.
I don't know who's that.
The guy in Taken.
Oh, nice.
The father.
Yeah, he's a badass.
Yeah.
All right, so today we're going to talk about getting ready for winter. We'll get into it about 12:15. Gives you guys time to keep growing the show. If you have any questions you want to start off right with and comments, please fire away. But today we are live September 9th, 2022. We are going to talk about getting ready for the winter. And there's a couple things I got to mention that even came up this week, especially with the heated water system.
Yeah.
And I did get some interesting information. And I'm not sure if the girls out in the audience that are listening, if anything new came in, we did have a customer claim that her heater that goes inside the barrel turned what? No. If I play with this, you're going to take it away. If I play with this,
that makes less noise. So if you have to have something in your hand.
it's entertaining for the podcast.
No, not really.
Oh my
It's just
gosh.
annoying.
Anyways, she said her heater turned black, if I'm correct. And I've never had anyone say that.
Yeah, and I looked it up. It is cast aluminum.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, go on.
And I was trying to do some research to see what would cause that to tarnish.
If it is tarnishing.
Yeah.
So we need to really focus on, for everyone that has a heated water system, or if you're thinking about getting a heated water system, one of the things about having chickens in the winter, up north especially, is it is a pain in the butt when your water freezes. And we love our heated water system. But I can't emphasize enough, if you don't install it correctly, it's not going to work. If you don't do your PM, it's probably going to fail. So we're going to talk about that today.
What's your PM?
Preventative maintenance.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I didn't know what that was.
I know.
Oh, well, whatever. You throw out your tech terms like we're supposed to know what the hell that means. Like, oh yeah, you need a CRSM with your ERP for your FIB, and now I'll CUTOM BRB. What? Anyways.
LOL.
Yes, there is preventative maintenance. So I would like to talk about that. We have heaters in stock. And actually, I see something I haven't seen yet. I have not been able to lay my hands on. So if anyone's listening, if you can bring that in, I meant to grab it before the show.
I'll get it. What is it?
No, you are not allowed to leave.
I'll leave.
You
What
are,
is it?
No, you either, because you'll disappear. You'll be like, ooh, a butterfly. I'm going to go outside real quick. I want, if someone could bring in a couple of the heaters, I want to talk about that because very, very important.
What is it that you need?
Yeah, I'm telling you, today is not Friday. It is a Monday out there.
What? Now I want to know what you need.
I heard.
Be
I heard.
specific.
And I already actually answered it. It's a heater. Can you someone please bring in the 1,000 watt and the 1,500 watt heater? I want to talk about that.
Okay.
Because this is actually important stuff that I want people to know. If they already have a heated water system, or maybe they just got their coop and they're coming into winter for the first time, we got to talk about things. And we also need to make sure. So here's Nan, right on cue. Bring it. Don't bump the camera. Look at this thing. It's huge. So, and then here's the little one that used to be huge.
Yeah, I don't even have that kind. I have the paddle one.
Well, why? Because you decided to build your own, which is okay. My feelings, I'm over it.
Well, you could build me one. I would love the fancy one.
Okay, yeah, so we're going to talk about heaters. We love this company. I know they have these made overseas. Oh, no, these are made in USA now. They must have changed that. COVID did bring out a lot of good and a lot of things. I noticed a lot of companies are like, we are so done with China. Made in the USA, Farm Innovators. If you go into any agricultural store, you're going to see these on the shelf. We love this product because it does work. As long as you put it in correctly, plug it in correctly, PM it correctly, and their customer service is amazing. I just absolutely love these people. Farm Innovators. So we're going to talk about that. And things that you need to know about.
These did sell out as well last winter, so it really is a good idea to go ahead and get them now.
Oh yeah. So we started.
Or maybe that was supply chain issues.
So Ingrid was saying like paddle heater. Yes, the original 500 watt heater, and we're like, it's not cutting it. So we went to the 1,000 watt heater. All right, and the reason why I went to the 1,000 watt heater is according to the specs that should cover everyone.
Yeah, but here we only needed the 500.
Right, but here's what happens.
I know.
Then
you needed one product for the whole United States.
Blanket. You get a whole in the United States.
But if someone from the South wants to go order one, they don't need the 1,000 watt.
I disagree anymore with that statement.
It says Sub-Zero
Listen,
and large tanks right there on the box.
For a 15.
Can we advise the folks to just look at the chart?
Yeah, there's a map on Farm Innovators website.
It is a
climate map. And the climate map actually has zones on it, and it looks...
Do we sell the 500 watts? The 500 watts still on our website?
No, we only use those in the duck dippers now.
Yeah, there's a reason why. If you want to make sure your system does not fail, kick it up a couple notches. And that's where we went with the 1,000 watt heater. Now, we have since then changed. But I'm already noticing something. This is my first time actually seeing physically a 1,500 watt heater. So we need to talk about this.
Aren't we talking about it?
Not yet. Well, we're going to. I'm just giving everyone an idea what we're going to be talking about in today's show. So heated water systems.
Mike Trapp wants to know what bantams Kristen's going to bring back from France. That's going to be an interesting customs.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Are bantams from France or something?
Well, I'm sure they're French.
There are some.
It sounds very
one.
Frenchy.
The La Flèche.
Well, I know there's French breeds. Oh my God, I did an interview a conversation yesterday for a potential customer out in Tennessee. Of course, the first question is, have you ever had chickens? No. What kind of chickens do you think about getting then? Silkies. Oh dear God.
Did you talk them down off that ledge?
Oh, I think so. See, thank you. Yes, but I said, listen, a time's gonna come. You may want to talk to our chicken enthusiast, our chickenista. She's gonna say the opposite. She's gonna try to talk you in at least having one silky. But
why not? Throw it
I think one is okay.
Yeah.
I know, but a flock of them, then that's a whole other realm.
And you're not going to get eggs. They're going to be broody all the time.
Exactly.
Oh, my dad has a question.
Yes, he does.
Do chickens... Oh, I wanted to bring him on. I found out when we were talking to... Last week we did the dog trainer episode, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I was like, Dad, why didn't you chime in? Because I couldn't remember both his dogs' names. And if you didn't catch last week's show, it was great. We talked about dogs and chickens and training them, this and that. And I explained a story that my dad, in a village... went up to, I think the kid came up to him.
This was it when he was serving in Vietnam.
In Vietnam. He was a grunt, 173rd Airborne. So they were real badasses. And he was in a village, and I guess like a little kid came up to him and wanted to sell his 2 puppies for candy bars. Okay. So my dad got him, right? And he trained them to save his life, basically, to smell out explosives. One was WP, white phosphorus. The other one was HE, high explosives. And I talked to my dad after the show, which I do after every show. And he goes, that dog saved my life. He was running into one foxhole. Dog went into another. Decided to follow the dog into the other foxhole, and that foxhole my dad was running into blew up. So it's just crazy. Anyway, so that was a great show last week. So my dad, real quick, do chickens smell their food?
Well,
I do know that most of their brain is ocular.
I thought their ocular sucks.
Well, not their night vision does, but they can see the tiniest movement in the grass for little bugs. And
Well, that
stuff.
makes good sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you hold out your hand with scratch grains, like they know what to pick out. They have average, I believe, like human grade hearing and smelling,
But they
which is bad in the animal world.
right
really.
because you always tell me that they can't taste hot.
Yeah, that's a
And
bird
taste and
thing.
smell kind of goes together, though, right? Or is that a human thing?
I don't know why birds don't taste the hot peppers.
So I have a question. Here's the question we should be asking. Why in the hell is my dad asking, do chickens smell their food?
Is he giving them rotten food?
Dude, I can only imagine why that question comes up. Dad, you gotta fill us in on that.
They must have some smell
So
because there is something really, really bad smelling in the corner of my chicken coop, and they're all on the opposite corner right now.
Yeah.
they said that chickens can smell their food and they suspect unfamiliar odors. So
that does make sense.
Something new, just like,
I would think if they have nostrils, they could smell something.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? It all makes good sense. Okay, so it is 12:16. Let's go ahead and start diving into it. Again, if you're just joining us, thank you. Welcome to Video Chicken Live. We are live September 9th, 2022. And today we are talking about getting ready for the winter. And I definitely want to make sure we hit on the most common myths, which I'm sure we've talked about in past videos. And we talk about with this all the time with the customers because people always ask, do I got to heat my coop in the winter? Do I got to heat my hen house? And the answer is...
No.
Or Ingrid, you should have been ready with the buzzer. That would have been funny. And the answer is...
I have the perfect solution.
Oh, go ahead, Nan. Yeah, Nan's on fire today.
It's like a Monday-ish Friday. No, I talked to a customer the other day. She actually had the perfect solution, and I just help her implement it. She's going to have a summer coop and a winter coop because she also has 2 homes, and she's just going to tote her chickens where she goes.
Well, that's not attainable for everybody. So,
Well, first I got to get a summer home
yeah,
or a winter home.
Well,
Isn't
when
that
you're in
nice, though?
it is nice. When you're in the south of France, go look for our summer
I almost
home.
feel like giving Nan the golden bell on that one, but she's allowed to have any shirt she wants. That's kind of it's funny, but I know it's for real because I've heard this before.
Well, and the perfect and then you got to get the bus,
Oh my
to
God.
take the chickens from one place to the other.
Right, get
and
the
little perches.
get the
on
proper paperwork.
yeah, little perches on every window.
Could you imagine? I couldn't imagine doing that.
The
And that,
chickens have their own travel crate.
oh my God, that's got to be a little stressful. But I guess if you have,
If they're in the dark, they would just chill.
yeah, well, we know. I mean, did you bring
Yeah.
the chicken again today? Is Francine here? Love Francine.
His name is Francis.
Sorry, Francis. I can't get anything right. Okay, so
Francis needs for you to build him a chicken coop.
mhm. So the question is, no, you do not, I repeat, do not want or need or should heat your hen house during the winter. It is a huge mistake. I have videos talking about it over and over and over and over, so I'm not going to get into great detail. All I can tell you is chickens do well in cold temperatures. They do not do well in the heat. But there's a reason why on our coops we have windows and you block the wind chill, period. And if you heat up that hen house and you want the chickens to go down into the run in the morning, think about that feeling you get when every time you step out of the shower. Imagine stepping out of a hot, warm, wet shower and you jump outside in the cold, freezing air. That's what you're doing to your chickens. Okay, and you're covered with even more humidity, more moisture that's going to freeze instantly. That rapid change, that extra moisture on them, that's going to stress them out. Don't need to do it. It's one of the worst things to do. Just block the wind chill. That's it.
And it's a good excuse for chicken math because the chicken's body temperatures help give them heat at night. So if you, not
Yeah.
overload, but if you have, a couple of bantams thrown in there.
For everyone out there
whatever,
needing
extra
to,
heat,
for
yeah.
extra reasons to get more chickens. So there
I
you go.
like that.
No. Just explain it to Sean, okay?
Right. And the other thing is, I know a lot of people love to give a little bit of extra scratch before bedtimes. That helps
Yeah.
keep them warm.
Yeah, the corn, I think, is something that I read
Sugars?
that it's their body to digest it uses heat. Like it makes them warm to digest it.
See, here's the thing about this. If my science teacher, my beloved science teacher, Arthur Chaffin, who's actually been on this show, one of the smartest men I've ever met, he'll tell you that should be the opposite. Because if you warm up your body internally, it makes you feel colder on the outside, but you might need that warmth for survival. So it might feel colder, but that
that doesn't make sense. If you have a fever, you really do feel hot. You don't feel colder.
The hell you do. You have the chills. You freeze. You shake. Ooh. Absolutely. Thank you.
My mom would always be like, if it's hot outside, you take a hot shower.
Yeah.
And
I know.
Yeah.
But there might be a difference between what you actually need and what you might feel. Because Mr. Chaffin would always say, if you want to stay warm, drink water before you go outside. I'm sure he's right. I'm sure there's people out there that understand it way more than I do. All right, so just
but thankfully, this is a chicken show. So
right.
We're not giving human medical advice.
Yeah.
Well, we've been known to.
No, we don't.
Oh, we don't?
we
Take
do
it
not.
with a grain of salt.
I'm just waiting for that.
His initials are MD.
That is right.
I know.
All right, so let's just
Take
get
that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
we got to get those things right out of the way because that is the most common thing.
Whatever advice precedes that statement, my initials are MD. Please discount. I know this from experience.
All right, so let's get into what do we do. All right, it is winter time. Let's say you got a Carolina coop or an American coop. You have a hen house and a run, a roof over the entire thing. Most likely for everyone that's listening, it's probably the type of coop they have where they are customers of ours. Oh, your shoes are coming off too, huh?
Yeah.
It is kind of a nice feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Until you feel all the crap down there.
These chairs aren't that comfortable.
No, they're
so
horrible.
I'm going to crisscross applesauce here.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Helps me my back
All right,
too.
so it's winter time. What do we do?
Nothing.
That's actually a good answer.
Yeah, close the windows.
Close the windows.
Yeah.
Stop the drafts. Don't worry about temperature.
Plug in the heated watering system.
Make sure. Okay, let's get into that because that's something that comes up a lot. Matt, what do you mean by PM? Now, are we able to bring up something with the heated water system? Ingrid, I would love for you to share the screen. Show this beautiful website that you work tirelessly every day, all day long.
I get compliments all the time about it too.
I think I have Ingrid almost working 40 hours a week now.
I don't think it's on here because it's out of stock, and I just put this.
So help me God. What are you talking about? It's out of stock.
The egg hutches are out of stock too, I guess. We need to put those back on.
Are you? Whoa.
No.
What? No.
Okay.
What are you talking
Everybody
about?
needs to slow down. Slow down.
Thank
Slow
you.
down.
Come on, Nan.
Woosah, people.
Yeah, we're shipping out egg hutches every day.
We are shipping out egg hutches.
Yeah. It's just not.
They're not on the website,
I
though.
know. I've had trouble with this for some reason.
Oh, this is now all of a sudden Ingrid's show.
No,
What do you
we
mean?
we asked Ingrid to take them off.
Why?
At some point. and
No,
then-
but they were on, and there's something going on with
Oh.
with the display
Okay.
because.
They're just invisible.
Are you serious?
But I did take the out of stock items off because I couldn't get the other things to display. This is why I'm moving the e-commerce.
Thank God, right? All the Shopify. Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So you're telling me right now, the people that are listening, if they want to purchase the heated water system, they can't just go on our website and click and buy?
No, but that I have not heard that is back in stock. So unless someone tells me it's back in
We
stock.
are selling the basic poultry watering system full blast all day, every day. And the option to purchase the rain barrel, the base, the heater, and the heat it, if needed, right from our website, from our replacement parts and accessories page.
Oh.
So that's what we're doing.
Change of direction. I see.
So here's the poultry water system.
All right, you got to share.
Everybody
You got to
can just take a
share.
breath
Share.
now.
Got to share.
Thank
Well,
you, Non. Thank you, you're here.
share the screen.
Hang on a second, boss.
I got my mouse. Don't make me touch the
We'll
mouse.
touch the mouse and I'll go have some more coffee. I can't see this.
Oh.
Why is everything so small? Didn't I ask for a bigger monitor?
Everyone keeps. Yeah. Okay. You want me to do it? You're
Yeah,
killing
I
me.
can't
All right.
find it. Thank you.
All right. So, I'll just take it from here. Thank you.
I'm sorry, but in my defense, this is a small monitor. It's dark in here. Yes. And I'm old, so I couldn't read it well.
All right.
Sorry.
So here's the basic water system. So I see what you're saying. Okay. It starts with this, with what we're about to talk about. All right. And I know a lot of people go out and make their own, which is fine. Again, just like the Coops, you want to learn from us. Here's a system we sell. We sell a lot of them. People absolutely love them. And this is all fine and dandy, but nothing in this picture is going to keep it from freezing. So we need to jump into that. So we're going to go to shop.
Products we love.
Don't tell me. I want to see how I do.
Oh my god.
No, we
You're
just don't want to
horrible.
see you flounder.
I'm not.
Just go directly there.
You're
I
terrible.
am not.
You're terrible on websites. Let's face it. Nothing.
But it might help you to watch. Like, what is going on here? Where's the pictures?
I don't know. What's with your 5G?
Oh my God! Did you not stop?
All right.
Oh, we're on 5G. Thank God. What's going on? Oh, is this the cookies? Is this the thumbnails?
Yeah, it's loading. There you go. Well.
Oh,
now
you gotta be kidding me. What's?
You just.
Wow.
I see it all on my monitor.
Yeah, but our viewers don't. What the hell?
I know because.
All right, go back to the regular page. Sorry, folks. We will. Okay, so we'll bring that up here in a minute. What I wanted to show you guys is if you're trying to heat anything with water, we love the heater. That was going to show you on our website. And it don't matter if you buy it in the store, buy it wherever, you'll pay the same price. Well, you might pay more. We pass along the savings we get. You can buy it directly from our website. And again, we love this. It's made in USA product, Farm Innovators. You find us at any local agricultural store, so you can just go pick it up. But we did find, like you were saying, a lot of stores were out of stock. And, you know, Farm Innovators actually did us a huge favor and sent us a bunch of these heaters when they technically didn't have them in stock so that we can continue to make our customers happy.
Just as a friendly reminder for almost a third of the country, winter starts like now. So the heaters last year were out of stock by the end of September. So if you haven't gotten one and you want one, even if you're not going to need it till January, get it now while it's hot.
All right, so
that
actually,
one's big.
No, this one's small.
That one's small.
Yeah.
That looks big.
So now this is interesting already. I was going to explain to people. And this is something that Farm Innovators did. One of the things that they couldn't get replaced I know when it was overseas, was what they call the bite guard, where there's a spring on the cable. Now for chickens, you don't got to worry about it. Unless you got horses, cows, goats. You don't want them chewing on this cable. So there's normally a spring here. But it's not on this one because apparently they still don't have it sent out. Here's the other thing. Wow, see, this is interesting. This is very important. Hope I'm not boring people, but here's another. Okay. This reminds me. So one time I had a customer. She had ongoing issues with her heated water system, and we went back and forth for at least half a year, if not a year. And finally I was like, okay, I can't take it anymore. Hopped in the car, went down there somewhere outside of Philly, checked it out. As soon as I walked up to her heated water system, I put my hand on the barrel, and it was warm. It was like a hot tub. I was like, it should not be that warm. And she kept putting apple cider vinegar in it. So she was just fermenting apple cider or whatever it is and clogging it. It was a mess. So I pulled her heater out, and still, for whatever reason, they have not changed this. So let's be clear about something. This is so important because I don't want anyone to ever order a heater and get the wrong one. And we also need to emphasize, just because I say heater doesn't mean it's going to get the water so it's heated up and it's warm. This is actually just to get the water from freezing. And I think it's about average 42 to 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Here's the point. The model H409, which I'm not sure if you guys can see that right there, model H409, that is the one you want. And you would think with H, it means it's going to be the heater that makes it hot, because they do have a heater that makes it really, really hot. You don't want that. You want the model H409, okay? What we found out, and look at here, if you look at the one, you guys just saw it. I just pulled it out of the box. And if you can see the casting, I'm not sure if it'll focus on it.
No.
Take my word for it. See, verify. What does that say right there?
W409.
W409. That means.
And there's the climate mat.
Hold on. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Can I pause real quick? The 409 might be the 1,000 watt. The 419 is the 15.
Getting there. Getting there.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you. Thank
Carry
you.
on.
Okay.
Yeah, the 419 is 1,500.
That's just.
There's a method to the whole thing, because I don't want to confuse people, because how many times I pay people for a lot of hours explain this to customers, and what a great time to capture this. So if you pull it out and you see that on the casting it says, what does that say right there?
409. W409.
This one is not a W409. So you talk about getting confusing. And, we have customers call up, and I ask them, like, verify that. I just got to verify you got the right one. They're like, oh, it says W409. I'm like, you were sent the wrong one. Long story short, on Farm Innovators, maybe whatever. It is what it is. They ran out of the castings, of H409s and resorted to their W409s for a really true H409. So yeah, here we go. This is where the fun begins. So this is the 1,000-watt heater. And what I love about these heaters is they are designed to go in plastic. They sit right in the bottom of the barrel. You plug it directly into your outlet, 110 AC or 120, whichever you want to call it. And it is self-regulating. There's a little switch inside here that turns on and off based on the temperature. Okay, that's it. Set it, forget it system. Now I'm going to emphasize you're supposed to plug it into an outlet. I have broken every rule you can think of as we were testing our heated water system, and I ran an extension cord. And it's one of the worst things you can do for electrical devices, especially if it's going to draw a lot of amps. Okay, and that's another thing. And this is a 8.3 amps. That's important to know because we get asked all the time, well, can I hook this up to solar? When you are using heat electrically, you've created a direct short. Think about when you look down inside a toaster. That draws a lot of wattage. It has a lot of amps to heat that up. Solar, you'd have to have a huge solar system to keep up with. It's just not worth it. Also, according to the manufacturer, which is really important, if you go to buy one of these and you install it, read this, okay? This is a major disclaimer because, you know, they got to cover their butt. You're not supposed to plug it into an extension cord directly into an outlet. I have plugged it into an extension cord.
Well,
And it worked just
have
fine.
An outlet right by their coop.
I'm sorry?
Most people don't have an outlet
I
right
know.
by their coop.
I know. I'm just letting you know because here's what's gonna happen. Matt said on Video Chicken, you can just plug it into an extension cord and I'll be fine.
Right.
You're not supposed to.
Right.
I have, and we are perfectly fine. But I also went and bought the $200 extension cord, the 10 gauge, because I knew I was running 100 feet, so you want to reduce the resistance, whatever.
Yeah, don't use the same one you use for your Christmas lights. Basically. let's just put that out there.
That is a great point. The other thing is you're supposed to have a grounding rod nearby. You got to think safety. Rule number 1 with electric is never work on anything if it's on. Number 2 is don't work around water and electric because that'll get you. Well, here we are putting electric right to water. So you do not want to become part of the circuit. So if it is grounded properly, electricity always takes the path of least resistance. It always wants to go back to where it came from. It goes right down to the grounding rod. You don't become the grounding rod, and it stops your heart. Okay, now with all that said, if I haven't freaked people out, and I promise you this is a great product, you plug it in, put it in the bottom of your barrel, and we were using the 1,000-watt heater. And what we've noticed, okay, now here's your time to shine. Go ahead. Yes, you have. Oh, can we bring it up for everyone to see?
I don't know what she got.
It's probably right on the website, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the Farm Innovators?
All right,
Okay,
can
I'll
you,
work on that.
stay on the screen, bring up Farm Innovators. I want to bring up the map because I think it is important that people see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And all I can tell you is, again, this is why I love Farm Innovators. They're not paying for this. All right, I'm just sharing the truth behind the scenes. They are honoring the same price for a 1,500 watt as they are a 1,000 watt. And what we've realized is,
I think it's under information.
we just got to go with the 1,500 watt for certain reasons. We got to make sure you got enough potential of heating there to make sure your system doesn't freeze. So we have switched to all 1,500 watts. Unless something else has changed that no one filled me in with a memo. Non has not chimed in yet, so I must be right so far. So we're going to get talking about the PM here, but I'm going to pop open this 1,500 watt. I have not seen this.
Go ahead, just go talk amongst yourselves.
I am.
I had it in my email, so I need it.
Yeah,
That's right,
it
I'll
is.
find it.
It is in there because that is a very good
Didn't
map.
you also say, Matt, that you're supposed to do something to...
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's all coming. It's all coming. I promise. I
I
promise.
just wanted to make sure.
Because this is very important, especially for the people that have this system or thinking about getting it. And it's no good if it doesn't work, right? So you got to install it
Well,
correctly.
that's kind of it, right? Well, that's a gallon.
Oh, there it is. Click on that. Click on that. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Now here's where we're going to really confuse people, but whatever. Bring it up.
So for 50 gallons.
Hold on.
In this state.
Hold on. Let's bring it up. Screen share.
500 watts. It recommends 500 watts.
Okay. Now, yes, you're looking at this map, and we are in Creedmoor, North Carolina. And are we yellow or orange?
Orange.
Okay, so you're going to say we're orange.
Or either one is the same thing.
Okay.
It's really close. We're like...
Yeah, but it's it
Raleigh.
says zones, I think 6 through 8 are the same thing, so it's covered.
All right, so you're saying if you got 50 gallons of water.
Oh, can you scroll down?
Oh, would you like the mouse?
Please hold. See, then I can't get the whole thing in this shot.
It's fine. It's fine. All right, here we go. All right, so zone 6 and 8. I see what you're saying. If you have 50 gallons, you should be able to get away with a 500 watt.
But I understand why you're just going to go with the 1,000 or 1,500.
Correct.
Because you want to be able to use 200 gallons.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, it's because of in some states, especially up north, when it gets really, really cold, and I'm not an expert on this, but this is starting to make sense. When it gets really windy and that wind is wrapping around that barrel, the lines, it's actually drawing the heat out of the system quicker. So you need to be able to keep up with it. And that's where we said we're just going to go to the 1,500 watt. And they honored the same pricing, so we kept our pricing the same. Go with the 1,500 watt, and it will work no matter where you are, okay? So that's why we did what we did. Now, however, if we can go back to our screen, because I'm about to open up the 1,500 watt. I have never seen the 1,500 watt heater before. And I want to read this. Constructed of solid cast aluminum for ultimate efficiency, greater performance and safety. Thermostatically controlled to operate only when necessary. So when you get your heated water system, do not plug it into this. This is for something else, and so many people make this mistake.
It pretty much does the same thing.
This is a thermostatic switch.
It's built into that.
That is correct. You do not plug your heater into this, and people do it all the time. They wonder why the system fails. Ideal for use in sub-zero temperatures and larger tanks. Okay, I'm reading the 1,500 watts, so this one might be a little bit different. Heavy-duty cord protector to deter chewing. Ooh, I wonder if it's on this one now. Safe in plastic tanks, made in USA. Okay, so I'm going to open up the 1,500 watts H419. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This is what we are selling to the customers that get the heated water system, and because it is 1,500 watts, that means we got to increase the amperage, so this is 12.5 amps. That's a lot. That's a lot on a circuit. You can probably still get away with a 15 amp circuit. Ooh, it does. See, there's that fancy bite guard. Look at that. Nice. Well, it makes sense. You imagine being that cow. Be like, hey, what's up, chickens? Let me chew on this. Anyways. Yeah, it's like that. So, look at, there is a, oh, wait, what? No, just kidding. That was on accident. There is a huge difference. Huge difference in size.
Is that going to fit on the bottom of the barrel?
Great question. Absolutely, because it will slip in the same that way. So that was one of the things I was wondering, and I was hoping the answer was going to be yes, or I was going to embarrass myself. But yes, this will slip into the rain barrels that we sell, and it sits right on the bottom, right on the feet. You're golden. 1,500 watt and H419. So everything about the 1,500 watt heaters is spot on to the box. This is what we're selling. Put this in your barrel, plug it in, set it, forget it system. You're good to go. Okay? Any questions so far?
There's questions, but I don't know if there's questions on what you're talking about.
Of course not. They're like, Matt, come on, this is stupid. No, we get these calls all the time. People are like,
there have been a lot of watering system calls this week.
Yes, thank you. So now let's get into the PM part. Where are we? Are we going to say spring? Are we going to say winter? What are we going to do? Where are we now?
Fall.
Okay, so we'll talk about it now. All right, so let's say you got a brand new system and you're installing it for the first time. Set it in the barrel, make sure there's water, plug it in, walk away. You're good to go. As far as the heating part, we haven't gotten to the rest of the heated water system yet. Now, let's fast forward to winter's over, it's springtime. What you're supposed to do, and you like to read, here you go, fact check me. Just skim real quick. You'll find in a second. You do not want to leave this inside your rain barrel. You do want to pull it out. It is completely normal. Okay. Here's the part, Ingrid, where you're going to edit this part out to keep it from what I'm about to say for the troubleshooting video. Well,
Store indoors after winter is what it says on the tag.
Perfect. Okay. Yes. See? Thank you. Everyone's water is different, whether you're putting in city water, well water, capturing rainwater. Everyone's going to have different elements in their water, and that's going to react differently to the aluminum, okay? This is safe to put in the water. It's designed for water for animals to drink, but it's going to react different. You're going to see like a white buildup like calcium. You're going to see a beige color buildup like manganese or magnesium is one of the two. I can't remember. But that's normal and that's fine. But come spring, pull it out. clean it. Now, it states in here, I'm sure, how to clean it. I wouldn't say dump it in a bath of acid or anything like that, or CLR. Probably just a good manual scrubbing with like a nylon brush.
It says do not allow lime deposits or other impurities to build up on the heating element.
Mm-hmm.
This can cause hot spots, which are the primary reason for failure and voids the warranty. Remove impurities by using vinegar or lime away on the heating element that is tubular or cast aluminum.
Okay, so they are saying you can use lime away.
That's what it says.
The point is, this is just like a radiator or anything else. It's got to be cleaned in order for it to work correctly. But you are going to have water buildup. Okay, or you're going to have buildup of debris, whether, again, it's the calcium, the iron, the manganese. So you got to clean it. Now, and you put it away for the summer. Now, let's fast forward to the next winter. And here's something I never read in the instructions, but I heard this directly from the manufacturer, which
It
felt...
is the next section.
Is it in there?
Check for proper operation, the air test. Set unit in freezer for 1 hour.
Okay. I bet you they put it in there because of me.
It says, Matt says.
Okay, this is so important. Here's what I was getting to, folks, is if you've already had this and it worked great last year and it's like, okay, Matt, we're getting ready. We just got done watching Video Chicken and I know what I'm doing this weekend. Thanks a lot. So they want you to reset it, is how the manufacturer put it. And you're going to put it in your freezer. And you're going to get it really cold. And I think it was like 15 to 45 minutes. How long is it supposed to be?
1 hour.
Oh, yeah, I was nowhere close. 1 hour. You're going to put it in your freezer for 1 hour. After 1 hour, you're going to pull it out of your freezer and you're going to immediately plug it in to an outlet.
GFCI only.
Of course. Plug it. Okay, follow the manufacturer's whatever they say. Plug it into the outlet. And it should start to get warm within a couple seconds, but it says.
Yes.
Okay, good. What that's doing is doing two things. It's proving to you, ooh, I got a heater that works. But number two, it's resetting, if you will. It's like putting, it's
calibrating.
Like yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I could see that word being used there. To get it loosened up and reset for the winter coming up. Because if you don't do that and it sat there, it might get stuck and not switch it on, making it fail. It's that simple. Makes sense. Any questions?
Are they hard to get in and out of the water barrel?
No. I feel like we might. Well, I don't have a new video, do I, of putting these in the rain barrels, the old paddle heater.
You do not.
Ooh, we need to get on that, Ingrid.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you
I'll
we
just
can
throw it on my
we can do
wide
that.
open schedule.
We can do that when we install it at the chicken coop in the front yard.
Or the install we're going to be doing in a couple weeks over in Hillsboro.
Yeah.
Beautiful property.
Okay. And this actually says, and this
Did I just get muskrated?
No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to mention too that there are 2 units that have similar names that heat up the water to 110 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Those are for warming water for, I guess, baby animals or something. Or I don't know what that's for, but they have similar numbers. So please make sure that you're getting a de-icer and not the water heater.
Oh, you know what? We do need to call it that, the de-icer. I am wrong, and I know I confuse people. Matt, you call it a heater. It's not getting warm. It's not meant to get warm.
Because I think somebody accidentally got one of those.
Yes. That's how I was talking about. And she, for a fact, had one that heated up her water. And oh my God, she had a bath. And she never told me that it's warm to the touch. She just assumed it was supposed to be. No. 42 degrees Fahrenheit, right? 42 to 45.
Yeah, that's going to draw a lot of electricity to heat up freezing water to 110 degrees.
Oh, absolutely.
Within 20 minutes.
Absolutely.
You can boil your eggs in there.
Yeah.
But that's why I wanted to mention, again, you saw me pull out the 1,000 watt, and it says it's a W409 when it's not. If it came out of a box for an H409, they have assured me, Matt, that is an H409. That is the correct de-icer.
Right. We should put those back because Non needs to sell them for the coop, the flocks.
Right.
Swap.
So now for people that are
Shop.
interested in this, they can go on our website. I did try to screen share our products we love. Mm-hmm. So you buy the basic water system, and then you have this drop shipped. You buy the 1,500 watt heater. You're also going to have drop shipped to heat it. Okay. And that's it, right? Everything else is included in our system. Oh, rain barrel and base.
Mm-hmm. You can use your own rain barrel.
Correct. Should you want to do that. So hopefully I'm not confusing people, but we're actually trying to simplify it. But bottom line is, This is a system that if it's installed correctly and you understand these things we're talking about today, it works perfectly. I've seen it work all the way down to, I was coldest, I think it was negative 14 degrees Fahrenheit. And it was working beautifully, and the chickens absolutely loved it.
Yeah, and just always check things. I can just give you a little heads up. Like if you don't hear it, if you want to check it, or if you're worried about it, just check the plug, because chickens like to scratch. I've had chickens pull the plug out.
Oh yeah, of the water circulator.
Well,
The
in
pump,
my-
yeah.
The
They have that
pump
stupid
comes on.
terminal. Tape the terminal together so that doesn't happen.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I mean, I was using a very strong extension cord. But they can kick that kind of stuff
Oh,
out.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
mean, just always check that all the things in your system before you, because if you wait till it freezes, then your water bar is going to crack, and then
Right.
it's easier to
And-
prevent than to fix.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I went to
Okay.
that client's house, Courtney in Raleigh, and her landscaper had unplugged it to plug his stuff in.
Yep, and never
Or
plugged it back
something
in.
like that.
So it's
Yeah.
that simple, folks. I know I feel stupid sometimes telling people,
it
but
plugged in.
when they call in, the first thing I ask them is like, "Is it plugged in?" And you wouldn't believe how many times they go, "Oh, of course it is." You sure? Let's go out there. FaceTime right now. Let's go. Nope, not even plugged in.
Right.
Or if it is hooked up to a GFI circuit, which it should be, the GFI needs to be reset.
Right.
Okay. So Ingrid, great point. Keep an eye on it. Now we have a troubleshooting video that I think I did a really good job, because it was like it was case in point. I'm walking up to the door at the office in New York, and we had a Coop out front, and I could hear it wasn't running right. So I said, "Nan, go grab the camera. Let's do this." And I showed you how easy it is to identify if it is or is not working right and what to do to
Right. It was
fix
a troubleshooting video
yeah.
of Matt in the freezing cold. You were just like, my hands are so cold.
Well, I just got to add a little drama. I don't want to bore it.
I know, but it was in front of the shop in New York, and it was a Cali Coop that
Yeah.
we had in there.
So very, very
Is
important.
that on YouTube?
Yes, it is.
All right. So now I want to get to a point that I learned yesterday. So the customer claimed her heater turned black. And Farm Innovators said, "Well, do you know why?" I said, "No, that's why I'm calling you." And when they gave me the answer, I go, "Oh, duh." Any guesses?
Apple cider vinegar.
No.
Corrosion?
No.
Tarnish.
It might be a form of tarnishing. If the water runs out and it's cold, this stays running. It got overheated. It was burning.
Oh, get burnt?
Yeah.
So it
Wow.
was burnt.
So
Yeah.
she ran out of water.
We don't know for sure, but I love when we have customers that call, and it's like, yeah, we've been doing this for 14 years, going on 15 years now. And as soon as they say something, we know immediately what's going on. We got to let them run through it. Most likely, she ran out of water. She may or may not know this. Maybe she has someone taking care of it. I'm not sure.
You can't see the water level in there.
The hell you can't. You want to see the water level.
Yeah,
What do
you
you
always should
mean?
check the
Oh,
water.
always check the
What?
water.
You can see through your rain barrel?
You can see down into the rain barrel, and you always want to check your water level, especially when it's running. Well, you can't yours? Oh yeah, you have because you have your own.
I do too, but
No.
I unscrew
No,
the top.
you installed it.
But that was not one of our rain barrels.
Well, I have my own rain barrel, and I unscrew the top to make sure there's enough water in there, because I know if the pump needs to run,
Yep.
like you just don't want to.
Yeah, and you want it full, because the fuller it is, even though especially with a 1500 watt, this will keep it warm so it doesn't freeze. But think about it too. That water's pushing down, helping that pump to circulate it even faster.
It's the gravity and the pressure.
So most likely, she ran out of water. It kept running, turned black, and then probably filled back up. She may or may not have known, but I just thought that was an interesting point, because they said there is absolutely no other reason they can think of that it would turn black.
Do you want to answer some questions?
Yeah,
Because
let's
there's
go.
lots
You're in charge of the show. Well,
There's
yes,
a
if there's-
lot of questions.
All right, let's get into
just
it.
Just random
Are
questions.
they're random, not about. So, and if you are just joining today, we're supposed to be talking about what do you got to do to get ready for the winter with your chickens and your chicken coops or coop.
So the great Dunning-Kruger, who lives in Florida, just wants to know if you can get on a cooling water system, which is also, I find it harder to keep the water cool than it is to keep it warm with your
They
keep
have
it from
those
freezing.
for hot tubs. Because in the summer, people still want to use their hot tubs, but they get hotter than the recommendation.
I haven't talked to you guys about this.
No.
What's the-
Really?
What's the best feeder to prevent chickens from wasting their feed? They throw it everywhere and are actually trying to dust bath in it. They are teenagers.
All I'm going to say to that last question or statement, it's in the works. And it's genius. It's so simple. I don't know what took us so long to come up with this idea. And then we're going to be looking for some guinea pigs.
You'll have one right up front.
You're not going to let that one go, are you?
No.
Nor should you.
I am the one that tests all the products.
And we're going to put that basement on Ingrid's coop.
Yes. You got the new henhouse basement. Yeah. So there is a way to cool the water down, and it's actually not complicated. It occurred to me. We got to test it.
All right.
All right. Moving on.
So what's the best feeder to prevent chickens from wasting their feed? They throw it everywhere and actually trying to dust bathe in it.
I love our feeder hopper. But that goes along with, I mean, we do have an external feeder hopper. Here's where, again, if you could bring up the website, show people.
I think the Coop Works does an excellent job.
And then there's the Coop Works.
I was shocked how much that prevented waste. And also, I've noticed when the farm store is out of pellets and I have to get crumbles, those crumbles are everywhere. I don't know how this happens, but I would definitely use pellets and check out the Coop Works feeder.
I know.
I don't want
We
you
have
going. Stop it! Stop it!
feeder available on our website.
See, it's still not loading for
what's
some
going
reason.
on?
I don't know why.
You're
And
freaking me
I
out.
really like the 80-pound one because I'm pretty sure I can fit 100 pounds in there, and with the one with the 4 legs.
There you go.
Because they can use the space underneath.
We love this Coop Works. And actually, the inventor was just here, Mr. Tom Carter, who's also been on our show a couple times. They've made some more improvements to this system to continue to improve on reducing what they call drag back so that they're saving on feed. It's fascinating. So to answer your question, this is a great feeder. Everyone I've talked to that has this loves it.
And it eliminates the need for storing feed. If you can get like 80 to 100 pounds in there, you really don't need to store feed.
Well, except for the people that have.
Well, you can use 2 bags at a time and go back and get another 2 bags when you need them.
So here on the chicken run, can a person have the clear panels on the first 2 panels on each side of the run next to the coop? I'm not sure what she means, but I can bring up our storm shields.
Our
Right.
storm shields are cut for every panel, including the door.
And you can custom order. Now, listen, if you want to make your chickens real happy, and that was the other thing I was going to bring up. See, thank you. Let's bring this up. We sell a lot of these, and I know it's because people love them, and they do such a good job. And when we talk about blocking the wind chill, okay, and you close the windows on your hen house, and then you want them to be chickens. You want them to continue to go out and be in the run and go scratch and eat and whatnot. They're not going to be real happy if the wind's blowing through, the snow's blowing through, sideways rain, whatever. It's just miserable conditions inside the run because it's opened, which you want to open during the warmer time of the year. Well, come winter time, you install these storm shields, the polycarbonate. It is so wonderful to be inside one of these runs. Even when it's below 0 degrees Fahrenheit, it is amazing how comfortable it is inside the run. And here's a great example. I want to make sure people see that. Where's our picture?
What?
Okay, no, I got confused for a minute, which doesn't take much. Because I look at that to make sure that I can see what people see. So, and here's a great video of yours truly, right? Talking about the winter storm shields. And here's a great picture brought in from or sent to us by a customer. Don't know where, but just absolutely love it. Look at just the nice dry ground. Chickens happy, eating away. Lovely. Looks like a German Shepherd. Got some snow buildup. I mean, this is textbook perfect, in my opinion, when it comes to keeping your chickens happy in the winter. Now, can you go wrap your coop with plastic? Absolutely. That's what we did. But it doesn't look the best. But the nice thing about polycarbonate storm shields is if they're installed correctly, you don't even know they're there until you see all the snow built up and nothing inside.
Do you prefer to put them on the inside or outside?
Great question. I prefer to put them on the inside only because then you're hiding all the screws. But you absolutely can put them on the outside. It's probably easier to put them on the outside, but when you take them off, then you are going to see these little tiny screw holes, and that may bother a lot of people. And I also want to emphasize something that's come up that people ask about when it comes to storm shields is we recommend and sell with them screws because the screws work, period. Okay? As long as you do it correctly, those storm shields are not coming off no matter how windy it gets. But they are all cut on a CNC machine. They're all identical. So you're not putting in new holes into the wood every single year. The holes will rematch no matter. So you don't got to remember which screen went in which section. They're all identical as long as you go into the right area. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So they're just wonderful. People love them. So great way to keep your chickens happy in the winter.
Are the coops set for October still on track? Somebody's waiting. JB Blair's waiting. She can't wait to get ours.
I don't know which coop they're getting. I can tell you when it comes to American coops and American style constructed coops, they're crushing it. They're doing a really good job. If anything, we're ahead of schedule, but the schedule may have been redone since selling more. So I'm not sure. I don't have an answer for that. If you're waiting on turnkey, that's a whole nother story. We are already into, I think next spring's already booked with turnkey. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
Am I
And
right?
do
I put early summer on the one for Tennessee.
Do you have 3 crews?
We're back down to 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna start looking for some people around here for our 3rd road crew.
So here's a question. Should you feed a flock that has layers and roosters layer feed? I heard the extra calcium in the feed isn't good for roosters. And Matt will probably say get rid of the roosters.
Who doesn't love a sloth?
No.
My daughter loves sloths.
They're
I think
great.
Nan does too. No, listen, I actually like roosters, but I don't want one. It's not worth it to me. But that is an interesting question.
I wouldn't worry about it.
No, I looked it up. Somebody asked on the forum, and so I wanted to do some, before I answered, I wanted to do some research since I don't have roosters. But there's not so much calcium that it's bad for the roosters. It's enough of a balance that it's fine. That you don't have to have there is special rooster feed, but you don't need that.
Of course there is. Is there a special silky feed too?
Probably.
That is a good question.
Patent pending.
I tell you, I tell you, what a great question. So speaking of forum, a customer of ours, and she's almost here every single week, Misty. She sent me a thing in the forum, whatever. It's about a old farmer's trick that supposedly if you mix baking soda with cornstarch, and I can't remember if it was to mix it with water or whatever, and put it into a container that the mice will go in and eat, because mice and rats, that because they cannot flatulate and belch, I don't know if there's a proper medical term, I was trying to practice my MDing, because they can't fart supposedly or burp, the baking soda basically causes all that gas buildup where they're going to explode from the inside and kill them. And I've never heard of this. So that's why I think this is cool. However, what I can tell you is...
I'm going to try that out on my desk.
Oh, boy. We did get some rat bait in, mouse bait in. I don't know if people want to see it. It's my favorite. It's my go-to. We don't get paid to say this. Should we?
Yeah.
Well,
You are the exterminator.
You're so quick to be like, well, what is it? Go on.
Is
Well,
it readily available to the general public, though?
Oh, yeah. I bought it right off of Amazon.
Okay.
Maybe we should bring it in. We should get paid for this stuff. This is by...
Maybe we should set it out and see if it still works.
Nan has mouse turds on her desk.
On her desk?
Yes, I'm just waiting to, if you ever want to really gross someone out, I got the flashlight black light in my office. Not only are they defecating, but they're peeing. And they use it to kind of find their way around, I'm sure, also relieve themselves. Anyways, I can't imagine what that looks like. And this is a rodent bait that I absolutely love. But here's the point to the farmer's trick. Now, don't just leave it over there to the side, please. Now, hold on. Thank you. Oh, there it is. Oh, that brings back good memories. I love the smell of rat poison in the morning.
That was an exterminator.
The point to the video is that it's supposed to be a very cost-effective way to reduce a rodent population. So let me be clear with everything I just said. To reduce the rodent population. And if you get them all to go in there and eat it and they all die, great. You've eliminated the current infestation.
But do we know for sure that the baking soda is actually going to, like if this mixture is actually going to cause them to explode?
Right,
Is
okay.
that theory, or is it...
So I don't know,
Has
to be
somebody
honest with you.
witnessed exploding rats?
I have never heard of this. I do know we used to use, and if you got a serious rodent problem, you want to get rid of them real quick. And I don't know if it's still around. I'm sure it is. It's zinc phosphide. And it is almost the exact effect, but it reacts to the stomach acids and creates a phosphine gas, which kills them. So I do not know if the actual exploding of the gas because they can't burp or fart kills them. I can see that if that is true, that they can't do that, oh yeah, this is probably going to kill them. So I don't know. I don't know if it really works or not, but I would love if people, I think a couple other people on the forum said, I got to try that. But it made me think of this. And that is, if you do got a serious rodent problem, there's nothing better than tracking powders, but you got to be extremely careful.
What is it? What do you got there?
Okay, well, if you're going to use a bait, which I do love baits, I love this, but I can't emphasize this enough. You got to read the label. Do not apply it without understanding the label, which is going to be right behind this sticker. You pull this off. You're going to read the label. And I can also not emphasize enough, you got to be extremely careful using this product around dogs.
I was going to say.
It'll kill them. It's an anticoagulant. If all of a sudden you see blood coming out of your dog's nose, ears, eyes, vitamin K. Anyway, you can get them vitamin K, but hopefully they'll survive.
Just take them to the vet.
Well, as soon as you can get them vitamin K, yes, but you're going to have to take them to the vet, and they're going to administer vitamin K and hopefully save them. So you got to be careful. But here's what I can tell you about this stuff. My God, do they love it. And they just annihilate it. And that's the thing about baiting any type of pest. You got to make sure they want it. And especially if you're in an area where there's a lot of competition, sanitation issues like a dumpster, they usually don't want to eat bait, especially because a lot of external baits have a lot of wax in it, and it's not very palatable for the rodents. They love this stuff.
Do you have to put it in something so the chickens can't get to it? I mean, is that...
Again, I don't want to get... Great question. It's too much to get into all that. What I would say is read the label. But if you are looking for something, this stuff is amazing. The bottom line is you don't want dogs, children, or any non-target animals to get to it. So use your best judgment. But this is just a bait that came out towards the end of my bug killing career. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Let's try it and see if it still works, and we can report back next week.
I'll be honest with you. I'm retired. I've become a softie. It's hard for me to get back into the game and kill things. And plus, I'm so worried about Gus. But I know exactly how I'm going to apply it so that he can't get to it. But here's what happens. Mice love, not only are they going to eat it, they create what are called middens, where they take the food and they hide it just in case. So what happens is that's where you get cross-contamination. And this is what happens in restaurants. The next thing you know, they drop the bait from the ceilings. Mice are usually up. And then it falls on the table. And then they think, oh, great job, bug guy. You got bait. No, it wasn't us. It was the mice. It tell you, it's not as easy as you think. The best is when
it sounds like a disaster.
I know. I don't think you're selling this product at all.
I'm being realistic.
I know. It's disgusting.
I know it's in a plastic bucket.
But
let's get it off the
But
table.
what's worse? Oh, no. This is... Oh, come on now. This is as safe as it comes. What's more deadly is that rat dropping or that mouse dropping or that urine than this stuff right here. Okay? And like I've always said, this bait is very safe. It's the applicator. It's the person behind the trigger. That's what causes the danger if they don't do it correctly. Okay?
It's always us.
It really is.
It really is.
It's our heart. It's our mind. It's if we're lazy. And that's what used to piss me off in the extermination business. There's so many lazy exterminators. And they give us a bad name.
Okay. All right. We got more questions.
It's heavy.
So Laura asked, do chickens actually get enough water from the nipple systems? I switched from the red cups. They work well, but they are hard to clean out. Watching, it seems they work harder to get water now. Thoughts?
All right, so that is actually a great point and question. Do you want to start with that one?
No, go ahead.
Okay. The point to these nipples are to actually make it so that you don't have to clean anything and that you are allowing the chickens to work. This is a form of a boredom buster. If you put out 4 different types of watering systems, horizontal nipple, a vertical nipple, a cup, a dish, they're going to go to whatever's easiest for them. But here's where I get a little confused. And I've had customers say, no, the only thing chickens should be drinking out of is a dish on the ground because that's what how they're designed to drink. Now we have Dr. Crespo on says, no. These are great. Keep them up high because they can't drink it until their head is up. So it's like, man, I don't know what to believe. What I can tell you is as long as they can get the water, they're going to be fine. They're going to be good to go. But would they prefer a cup system over a horizontal nipple? I would say yes. But the reason why I don't like them is then you do got to go in there and clean it. Okay. And number 2, I don't know of a system yet that keeps them from freezing. we use these to keep it so your
that's
chickens
true.
can still have water when it's freezing.
Yeah. And I use one that has the vertical nipples hanging, but like my little ones can't reach that. Midge can't reach it, so she goes to the water bar where there's a cinder block for her to reach. So the water bar is great when you have flocks of different sizes because you don't have to worry about the size. Because you don't want to put a trough water low because then it's really going to get
Right.
dirty. But if you have a little tiny bantam like Francis or Midge, then you have to have them be able to get to the water.
Oh, so Misty also mentions, I feel like my Coop Works water is hard for them as well. I heard you need to lower it. Okay. Speaking of the Coop Works waterer, I did, and I told Tom about this. And I don't, he was very good with his answer because I don't know if it was, I'm aware I'm not. Do you have the Coop Works waterer?
I do, but I don't know. I got one of the first prototypes, and it's not milled out for the legs.
Oh, so it's a pedestal.
It might be. So I went to set it up with the 4 legs, and I was like, it's not gonna work.
Now, as far as the Coop Works feeder, love it. Can't think of anything about that other than if you leave it outside and you don't cover up the holes, yeah, you're going to be feeding deer and other wildlife. What I love about the nipples that we sell, which are they still on Amazon right now? What a story that is.
Just move along,
I'm
please.
pissing her off today.
Just move
They
along.
are
Sorry.
all on our website, carolinacoops.com.
Yes, what I love
Yes,
about
thank you.
Sorry, what I love about our nipples is many things, but one of them is that spring. It's a very nice light spring versus I had a couple customers say that spring is very hard on the Coop Works.
It is.
Yeah, I think there
So
was
I-
a couple of comments about that. As
So
well.
I brought that to Mr. Tom Carter's attention. He might even be watching right now. And again, Tom is someone that I know because I can relate. We appreciate that because our customers that we know want what's best for the chickens and believe in people that are out here live in front of people admitting the good, bad, and the ugly. We want what's best for our animals. And I believe he did say he's noticed that and they're working on it, something like that. But so I'm not sure if that might be one of the reasons why there might be some negative
and
comments
look
about the
at
water.
how many revisions our chicken coops have gone
Right,
through.
I mean,
you know?
that's-
you just learn
Yes.
and it's
and improve.
Yep, and our customers help us with all that as well. So Misty also asked, and I saw this going on, like, at what temperature do you close the windows on the coop? And I don't really think that there's an actual, like, okay, it's 45 degrees at night, I'm going to close the windows. I mean, I think it's...
I don't want to open and close them a lot. I mean, some people do want to open and close them every day. Like you have a warm day, you have a cool day, night, you have, So I wait till it's consistently cold.
So I was just chuckling because one of the funny things is one day when Misty was commenting on the show and she mentioned that she's actually shopping. So every time I see her name pop up,
You think she's like at the
I
grocery
envisioned
store?
her with her AirPods in or whatever, just walking around listening to us ramble on about chickens. But that is okay. So that is a very good question. And I kept visioning her walking around in her Carolina Coops hoodie shopping. So I completely missed.
So I think what it is, you have to realize that you want to close the windows when you have to be concerned about the nighttime temperature because they're not up on the roost bars during the day. Mm-hmm. So you're really concerned with the nighttime temperatures, and that's when you want to.
True. But
Although when it's
here's where it's going to get a little confusing.
well, see, I'm also Southern now, so
There is a huge difference between drafts and ventilation.
right.
Okay. Our houses still breathe and you got to let them breathe. You actually can cause problems by suffocating a house too much. Even in today's construction of new homes, they're insulating it so well, they have mold problems because the house is not naturally breathing.
And that goes to this next question too.
Oh, well, so I would say to answer Misty's question, I just close them. I know that they're going to be comfortable. But when it does get warm, you're not worried about the cold temperatures and the wind was to blow. That's when you can open up and leave it.
I pretty much wait till we get our first freeze, like November.
I'm one of those people that open and close them.
Yeah,
But that's just
okay.
me. But that's
So there
because
you go.
but they're literally 10 feet from my house. So, Anyway, so Jessica says, do we cover the vents? I have hardware mesh along the eaves. Should I make a cover for those areas so I can close those to avoid the air intake?
No.
And you were just saying no. You
Right.
want that flow.
As long as that is not blowing on them, you do want the exhaust. You want the ventilation.
It's natural convection.
Yes, absolutely. You don't want the cold air blowing directly on them.
We are setting up our rain barrel soon. Currently using a 12-gallon Over Easy brand waterer with nipples. Instead of a bar, can I run my hoses into the waterer I already have?
I am not familiar with the Over Easy brand waterer.
Yeah. And I know like the hose, you'd have to have a regulator, right?
Yeah.
And then the problems that we've had and we wanted to make sure was that they don't blow the nipples out of the water bar. So I don't know.
All right. So a 12-gallon, I have no idea what the Over Easy brand waterer is.
We can only speak to the stuff
Instead
we
of a
use.
bar.
That's what I thought it was. Someone, a customer asked me about that
What is
recently.
it?
It looks like a water tank.
It
used
looks
for,
like a septic
camping,
tank for one.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but go on.
with 3 vertical nipples on it.
So
or more.
I don't understand the question. To put like a hose to it with an auto top off or to pressurize
to hook it up to a rain barrel system, you would have to bore holes in it, right?
Yeah, and you're going to flood that unless that
And-
top is watertight. I don't know. This is why I love our water system because it holds a lot of water and you separate the container on the outside of the coop and then you can run the lines to the inside to just a water bar system.
Yeah, I see it now.
So I think what they might be saying is that they want to run.
Hook it
Oh,
up
and they buy it at Tractor Supply. I don't know.
Hook it
Yeah.
up to a rain barrel. That's
yeah,
what they
I
were
don't. I
asking.
don't. When you hook
Yeah,
anything,
but if that
up-
water is above the level of that easy water thing, it's just gonna potentially leak.
yeah,
Mm.
I think it's just with stuff we don't use and we haven't tried. What?
It's 1:11 already. Sorry.
Okay, I didn't know what your face.
Holy crap! How is it past 1:00 already?
Well, you were chatting. Here, Mama Sunshine says, "Can my girls eat unripe squashes that fell from the vine?" And 2 of my 1-year-old girls for sure molt, and do they need to feed them differently? Oh, we're going to do a whole show on molting.
Ooh, that's a good question too, Sydney. Make sure. Yeah, we didn't finish the whole thing about the water, even let alone getting ready for the winter. The water system.
What do you mean we didn't finish?
Oh, I was just getting started. And I saw it was 1:11 right now.
Okay.
What did we?
So
not
what was the question
cover?
right there? What was the
So
answer?
can they eat unripe squash?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't. They usually just like the seeds on that kind of stuff. They don't.
We always really default to the chickens know what they want and don't
Mm-hmm.
want. Just don't give them anything moldy. Hold on. What was, okay, so there was a question about do you let the pump run during the hot weather? And it looks like it was a question related to someone else. I was wondering
Yeah.
that as well. Could we use the pump during hot water to keep the water moving? Would it keep it from getting too hot? No, actually run it. It will actually keep it cooler. And that's one of the nice things about the heated water system is, yes,
It
you don't,
flushes the system.
yes, and you don't
essentially.
have to have it running constantly. People make that mistake. In the summertime, you don't have to have your pump on, but it doesn't hurt to turn it on, let it run for a day or two to help circulate it.
It doesn't help the keep. So if the pump isn't on, the water sits in the water bar. If it's hot, the water will heat up the initial water that you're getting. So if you want to run what we did, because we would find that the pump, the water that was sitting in the water bar itself, until they get through it, not the water that was being stored, was getting warm.
Yep.
We would run the pump. We put the pump on a timer.
Oh.
So we have like timer for our hoses. So it would go on at like noon and then shut off at like 6 in the summer. And that way it was only running at the time where the water would be the hottest.
That is a great idea.
I feel like Ingrid should get a shirt for that. You know?
Yeah.
She can just go
Yeah.
grab whatever she wants.
Yeah.
That is a
Yeah.
hell of a great
Yep.
idea.
Also, having the pump come on at dusk and dawn to help prevent mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't find mosquitoes by the
Yeah.
thing.
But it
It's
can
not
happen.
open.
It can happen
But
if you
yeah.
if you don't keep it screened off. But
Plus in
and then
North
you
Carolina, we have mosquitoes all the time anyway.
and you can dump ice in there if you wanted to and let that circulate.
I've done that.
Yeah. A
I've
timer.
done it. But we do the timer because I didn't want the pump running all the time. Even though I have solar, I still don't want to use all that electricity.
Yeah,
Oh
on the pump.
boy,
We
here
don't-
we go.
well-
Ingrid said she has solar for a while. I can
Wait,
hear
No,
the
I
calls
have
now.
solar on my house.
Yeah,
which
but we don't-
ultimately
Yeah. We don't want
powers.
the pump to run out either. We
Right.
don't want it to run constantly.
right.
It wasn't
Right.
really meant to
That's
pump
correct.
that much water all
Right.
the time.
Right.
But through all learning it and all the conversations with customers, that's why she has it set up that we sell the system the way we do, because in the summer you technically could just bypass the pump, run your hose directly to the water bar, and not have a return like we used to. We used to call it gravity fed water bar, but then we realized so many people running into that problem. We're like, well, just run the pump. So that's why we include the pump even with our basic water system, and put a timer on it.
Yeah, because it doesn't need to be like in the morning. It's not.
Genius. Now,
hot.
who came up with that? Was it you or Sean?
It was probably him because he has the timer on all the drip irrigation things. But I said that like I don't want it to
What a
run all
fantastic-
day. It might
Would
have been
he like
collaborative.
he probably wouldn't wear a Carolina Coops shirt, would he?
Sure, it would.
He would. I feel like the best ideas are always the simplest ideas,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Absolutely
I didn't
amazing.
think of that either.
Wow, 1:15 already. Just so, and I love that the audience is built up. Thank you so much for being here. It is September 9th. We are live, 2022. Today, we're trying to talk about getting ready for the winter. But if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section, and let's keep on going.
I love this comment from Lindsay. You can clean and disinfect to your heart's content, and your chickens will still drink out of a poop puddle.
Thank you. Yes.
And it's true. It's like we try to do as
Yeah.
much as we can, but if it rains and there's a puddle, they're going to drink out of it.
So that's why I always say it's another great example. Just don't overthink it. I see Joel has a question. Does Matt know which heater goes in the Coop Works water silo?
Yeah, I don't know. Did they decide on what?
Can we bring in? You know what?
I believe it was it was a paddle heater.
All right, let's
Yeah.
do this. Let's do this because I want to sell these. I want to learn more about it. Can someone bring me in a Coop Works water silo, please?
Oh my gosh. Me?
No, just someone. I don't care who it is.
So those
it's
are
kind of
like,
fun to see who
those
brings
are what,
it in.
like 8 gallons or something. So you would use a. I have that thing still up. So
Mike Trapp said lime away is food safe. CLR is not. So just
Oh, good. Okay, thank you. I was going to
Thank you,
say
Mike.
CLR. Man,
yeah,
that stuff
that's like
is-
for cleaning your shower.
But vinegar does a great job.
Water and vinegar are great.
It reminds me of my grandmother. She cleaned everything with vinegar.
Oh.
There it comes. All right. So we got the Coop Works water silo. It's that big. All right, bring it in here. I wanna see something because this is a great question.
You guys clear some of the stuff off of your desk.
So what you guys don't know, Nan is like, when you gonna clean the studio? I mean, it is an absolute mess in here. All they see is this part, but watch the. Sheesh, coming in.
So the farm on Highway J asked, how do you keep the pipe from freezing, which I'm assuming is the water bar, and that's part of our system, which is,
both heating the water and moving the water.
yeah, the pump.
Only when it gets close to freezing.
Right. And our heater has the thermostatic switch that you buy separately.
No, this is the feed silo. I want the water. Did I use the wrong terms? I don't want the feed silo. I was wondering why this was so heavy. Nan, can you please bring in the water?
I don't know that we have that. Do we have that out there?
We got everything, Ingrid. You name it. We got it. Boy, we're going to be cleaning today. Whew, it's getting
Speak
hot.
for yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Oh, yeah, don't mean to keep bringing up Misty, but yeah, she did post in the Carolina Coops forum, owner forum. She's got a chicken that's limping.
And the toes were curled. I don't, like, honestly, I said to the folks at the forum, I don't feel comfortable giving people
Right.
like medical advice because, if we're wrong and that's your chicken,
Right.
I know what it's like to lose chickens.
This is heavy too.
Well, it's got that big heavy base in it, right?
We need a bigger studio.
I do know that somebody had asked me about something that wasn't in the forum, but and I know I learned this from Jessica, our friend Jessica, that
These are the worst chairs in the world.
if you don't have like a vet that you can go to with your chickens, a lot of times local breeders will be great sources of information for that. I know Jessica learned how to like remove a cyst from her chicken on a video from the woman that she got her chickens from. So there's just other things. It's just,
Yeah, we've got a local vet school here, and don't
Yeah.
forget about your state veterinarian.
yeah. I mean, you could try different things like that, but just
Your
ask-
state veterinarian mainly does livestock, so
Right.
that's what I mean by that.
Right.
And just be aware that if they find something definitely wrong with your chicken, that they will confiscate that chicken and put down the entire flock if it's something really bad.
Help me out here.
Oh my God.
Wow, thanks. I think I
You're so
unplugged
dramatic.
Am I still there? No, I unplugged something. What just happened? No, there I
No,
am.
you're still here.
No, you're still here.
No, hold on.
You might have
Thanks.
unplugged your headset, but we can still hear you loud and clear.
I lost my headphones. Okay. Wow. I was hoping for a little help there, but thanks.
You're welcome.
Unbelievable. Okay. Okay. We might have to clean after this show. All right.
Misty also wants to know what a henhouse basement is.
Ooh.
We spoke about that.
Yes.
That's in the works. We're gonna enclose the bottom of the hen house with
Kinda like-
doors.
It's a kit that you can order so
Yeah.
that for your coop, because we know all the dimensions. Evan's done an amazing job figuring out how to kit it and sell it
As an add-on accessory.
as an add-on accessory. Yes, thank you.
So you can use that as a brooder or a quarantine or a duck area.
Or a bunny area.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I wanted to get
Oh,
to.
excuse me. I got hiccuped.
Okay, so there it is right there. Here's what I want to show you guys. There's another thing that I love about this concept that they come up with is they have molded a space right here for a heater. Okay, so I want to make sure people see that.
For wire, right?
For a wire. And then what I wanted to do, well, here we go. Now, this would be way overkill, 1,500 watt.
Yeah, you can't use that on, that's a 8-gallon waterer, right?
Why couldn't you use it?
Isn't that too big for something that small?
It's not that it's too big. It would be overkill. It just means it's probably going to come on for a couple seconds and turn off for a couple seconds. So it might actually work it too much.
Yeah.
But I do believe they are working on okay, so that fits beautifully, but what's not going to fit is the cord. That's what I was
The
scared.
bite guard.
That's what I was scared of. So that's what I wanted to see. Yeah.
Yeah, for
Oh,
almost
there it is.
Almost
It fits.
For almost the entire country, a 250 watt would be
You know
for
what?
that.
Yeah, don't.
well 500 watt.
Get the 500 watt paddle heater. I do know they're
Yeah.
working on something special for the water, so that will fit in it. 1,500 watt would be way too big. I was curious if the electrical line will fit in there. All right, and here's the other thing I'm curious about. Man, I am out of shape.
Yeah, what's going on over there?
Well, the doctor did say I'm obese, and I think he got to me.
Oh, don't let him get you with that BMI nonsense. Go ahead.
That's not that bad.
Are you a chicken?
I
You
know
hear
that
It
sounds like it.
Sounds like a chicken, right?
It sounds like my baby chicks.
Yeah. Anyways, I
Matt is pressing on the water nipple on the Coop Works water to see how tight the springs are.
Use your mouth and see. Let's get in there.
Yeah, use your tongue.
Pretend you're Where's Francis?
Oh yeah. Oh, you were gonna do it too. I knew you would. That's not that bad. Hold on.
Francis is in timeout because he's crowing.
Yeah, it is. These are a little bit light, but I was expecting from what people were saying that it was gonna be a little bit stiffer. I don't know. Anyways, okay.
So, Country Boy Life, who I think is making a Craftsman style coop, asked, "What are your thoughts on upper storage in the gable space above the coop?"
Again, when he says above the coop, I'm assuming he means above the hen house,
Yes.
and we do it all the time. We call it the loft.
We do, but like on our bigger coops, not on like our. You wouldn't use that on your American coop or
Right.
something.
No,
But,
they need that headroom.
Yeah.
But I noticed he says he's building a Craftsman style.
Right, but just to give
Yep.
it context.
Yep. You can run it all the way up with vaulted ceilings for your chickens, or you can put a flooring, 2-story. Yeah, we did it in many occasions where
We
it
did
becomes a
Santa
loft,
Fe.
which is actually Santa Fe, which is a great place to store your storm shields.
And Laura asked, "How do you hang them?" They're pre-drilled, and we give them the screws, like we said we might.
We actually give you the roofing screws, and the reason for that, which is not cheap, but think about this, it does many things. If you're going to be using a screw, twice a year, and then for the rest of the coop's life, so let's say 30, 40 years, you don't want to round out that screw, even though you could just, when I mean by round out, it's like a Phillips head, rounding it out, and you can't use it, you got to go get another one. Roofing screws have a hex head. It's a 1/4-inch hex head, and they're just so easy to use. And it has the metal washer and then a neoprene washer, which is used to waterproof that screw on a roof. But that displaces that pressure when you're tightening that screw. It doesn't do it. I mean, you can't break polycarbonate. But it just, in my mind, just makes it that much better to displace the pressure from that screw. And
See what the detail that you go into for every little thing that you guys do.
thank you. Well,
I
thank
mean,
you.
so much detail just in the hardware and the screws that you use. You're not going to get that with other people.
You're
Other
not.
companies and other
Other people.
rip-off people.
We got a W for Ingrid. Two W's. You got 2 W's so far checked? Ingrid, she gets after people. I love it.
So Rochelle says, is it necessary to have a gap at the bottom or the top of the storm shields to allow a bit of airflow?
Nope. You'll still have plenty of ventilation. You have... Man, I am out of shape. You have so much air exchange still. Nothing to worry about. It goes underneath the metal roofing, comes up under the soffit, goes over top of the freeze blocks or the fillers between the trusses, and the ridge cap is ventilated. It still breathes.
What about the door?
Yeah, you get the storm shields for the door, too.
Oh, you do?
Oh,
Okay.
we
I
go.
wasn't sure.
And you don't have to use all of them either.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. Now, you know what I'll tell you? If everyone can recall the last custom coop we did in Santa Fe, she first wanted storm shields just along the bottom. And I agreed with her then. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, you don't need them up top. You know, it wasn't even a month into winter.
You
She
guys
called
were
up.
silly.
Not even a month later, she goes, no, we need them. Snow
Really?
was getting over top. I mean,
Really?
Plus, yeah, they're 7,000 feet in elevation up on top of a
that's
mountain.
different.
But still, so she ordered them, and Evan had them cut up, sent out, and they love them. As
I
far as I know.
suppose if you were in an area where the wind is coming on one side, you can actually do, like, it depending on where your coop is situated. If it's blocked by a building or something like that on one side, you wouldn't need all of them.
Yep.
So there's all different things. Ooh, someone wrote questions, so I'm gonna.
Yes, please. I
like
love that. I love that.
love that too. Thank you, Danielle. Can I still do deep litter if I already have a lot of flies around my area? I live around AG fields and we already have lots of flies.
You can always do deep litter.
Yeah.
There's never a time you can't do deep litter.
I think, and we thought we'd proven that the deep litter helps cut down
It
on the
does.
Oh,
flies.
big time. Big
It
time.
does.
Yes.
It is amazing.
Because you're not going to attract them. And most likely, so agricultural fields, you're going to have house flies like you won't believe most of the time. And
So
yeah.
You have that next to your farm in New York. Black Angus cows and agricultural all over there.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I just don't really see any downside to the deep litter method.
Gross exploding rats.
I know. And somebody asked if the storm shields are available in multiple sizes or
Yes.
could they be sized for DIY coops?
Yes. Yes.
They're just expensive to ship because they can't just go in a box.
Go out and price a piece of polycarbonate.
Yeah.
And you'll see the value in us selling them.
And
And
they're
we got to
not-
design them. We got to cut them on the CNC. We got to ship them. But
Pre-drill 'em,
it's a one-time.
hardware.
All you got to do is do it once. And you know what? Can I have someone bring in a piece of polycarbonate? I've been wanting to do this. Can I have someone please just bring in a scrap piece, just a little piece? I want to show you guys something. This is why I love polycarbonate.
And it's not plexiglass.
I'm gonna. You guys are so smart.
So Laura says, we're doing a water bar soon. Question. If anyone worried about roof runoff water and wild bird droppings running into the water, diseases, or do you just hand fill it?
Yeah, no, great. That there is a potential downside to capturing your rainwater. Yeah, and we talked about this.
Yep, during the avian flu
Yeah.
outbreak last spring, which they did declare was going to be seasonal this year, and we don't.
Was it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it went
was.
away.
It did go away.
It was like, and we don't know if it's going to come back because the last time it was bad was many years ago, like 5 years ago.
Right. I mean, think about I think it also depends on your coop. If you think about like birds flying overhead and your coop is a small bullseye in the scheme
Yeah.
of things.
Oh, that one's huge. Here, let's see it. Let's see it. Is it a good? Oh, yeah. Let's do it anyways. Thank you. This is perfect.
If there's anything else I can get for you, sir.
Yeah.
Well, what is everyone else not working?
I know. Like she's got nothing to do but to bring you things.
All right, I'm gonna explain. So here's just a drop. We call it a drop. Oh no, this is an actual window.
Yeah, that looks like a window.
This is a piece of window cut, pre-drilled, ready to go on a chicken coop.
It was on the scrap.
The drop, yeah, it's because it's a madness out there. Okay, so someone just asked a very interesting question. What is the best way to build windows so they are draft free? I would like to just add to that a little point. There is no such thing as windows for chicken coops that you can just go out and purchase. And because of that, as one of the things that has made the art of chicken coop building very difficult, And I do want to make it. I think people have done it. People have just said, hey, can I just buy your windows? And we've sold them. And we got our Carolina style windows and we got our American style windows. But to answer your question, what is the best way to build windows so they are draft free? You got to stop the drafts. So it depends on if you're going to build a window that's pre-hung, so that you have the molding, the casing, the frame, and the stop, and then you build the actual window and you hinge it a certain way, so when it closes, it stops the drafts. That's the only way I can answer it in a nutshell.
But do we really want to stop all the we don't want to seal it up, like you said earlier. You don't want to seal up your
cracks
hen
are
house.
okay.
Oh, yeah. But you guys just hate me, don't you? I can only imagine the phone calls. People freak out. Our little,
Well, again, they're animals, and we shouldn't.
Are some cracks here and there? Okay, absolutely.
Yeah.
But the rest of the world doesn't understand that. So what we have done is we've made all our windows, when you close them, it blocks off. There's no openings around it, We tried to get away with that with the American style, and people are like, no. So we just had to make some more changes, cost more money. Now the coop costs a little bit more, but people love it. But to make it so that they don't, so you stop the drafts, you just got to build them. I don't know. You got to make it so when it closes, there's a stop behind it. What should we do? So if you don't want to build them and just buy ours, give us a call.
That's a good idea.
Have you built a coop with screening and wire? I don't understand
All
that.
of
Sorry.
our coops have wire.
Screen and wire.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of that question.
Right.
Look at Misty's question there.
I was looking at Saturday lime, and they stated don't use it in the compost, which made me think about the deep
litter
system. I asked them; they were supposed to send me.
Get them on the phone. Call them up.
Why?
They're supposed to send me the a sample of the first Saturday lime, so I can test it to see how it works with.
Hold on, I just got a great idea. We should do that. Let's test. Call these people that either we're promoting or whatever. Call them up. See what kind of customer service. Pretend we're customers. Put them on the spot. And if they do a really good job, then we'll be like, hey, well, you're live on the air, and say hello to everyone. Wouldn't that be fun? I do that when vendors come here and they try to sell their services. You know what I do?
What?
I call their company right away. I'm like, okay, we'll see if you're really as good as you say you are.
Oh.
People sweat in my office for some reason.
So Jonathan Welsh asks, have you guys looked into first flush systems for rain collection on your coops?
Never heard of it. Check it out.
Yeah, that's for where you have a diverter, and it diverts the first.
Yeah.
Oh
And
God,
then
we
it,
used to do that. They're such a pain.
Yeah.
We realized they're not worth it. We stopped using them.
Because again, puddles.
I'm really curious about that
Chickens
Saturday lime.
I know. I emailed them again. I'm like, because I keep asking the people in the shop,
Poor Misty. My chickens are a hot mess, or maybe it's their mom. Let them. I don't know what this. Let them be. Don't overdo it. People that overdo it and try to be a helicopter mom.
Well, she has had some unfortunate illnesses, and sometimes it's not your fault. I mean, most of the time
It does
it's
exactly.
Not.
I know that's hard for us to admit. It happens. It just
does.
happens.
It's very unfortunate, but please don't think it's something that I mean, it's happened to all of us.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm saying sorry. CoopWorks say we have tested some heaters and the Farm Innovators model H49 works well. Yeah. The H49 is the small paddle heater, right?
Right.
Yeah. And that would be the one I would recommend. I just wanted to know if ours fit in it. And it was more to check the opening for the cord.
Yes. And Amber M says her chickens peck so hard at the CoopWorks waterer. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something might be there. But I guarantee you they'll continue to work on it.
Okay, so we got these. Question: I want to get ducklings and chicks at the same time. My plan is to raise them together in the coop. Should the ducklings be introduced, or when should the ducklings be introduced or moved to the duck house?
So you're gonna raise them together, so that's good.
And then I guess would it be the same time you would move
Yeah.
chicks fully feathered?
Yeah.
6 weeks.
Yep.
Speaking of ducks,
Yeah.
you all were on that meeting, right?
Yes.
Are we doing away with the duck dipper? What was the final decision?
Well, we don't really have it promoted on the website right now.
No.
We don't have it. We don't have a price.
I don't want to promote something if we feel we should.
We're still doing some R&D on it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. We're not. Yeah, I always thought that people use that, but in addition to having a pond outside the coop,
I mean,
I
that's-
never thought that was the only source of water for ducks.
I
'cause-
don't have ducks right now because they are messy and I don't have a pond. So I would totally have ducks if I had a pond or if I dig a pond, which I still might.
So Danielle Tucker's asking, which blue egg layer should I get? Americana, Easter egger, or Creedmoor
I want this question.
leg bar? Go ahead, Kristen.
One of each.
I knew it.
God.
If you could only pick one.
I would say well,
Well, the Americana and the Easter egg are sometimes the same. They're just,
they're very similar.
yeah.
However,
And
there
they
are
don't always lay blue eggs.
Yeah, that's right. However, I have an Easter egger that lays
Yeah.
10 eggs.
Yeah, my first one as well.
So
And that was so
Americana,
disappointing.
yeah, Americana will lay true blue eggs, and they have those chubby cheeks. The cream leg bar has like a little hat on its head. So it depends on what you want.
Whatever you can find.
Yeah, or one of
Sometimes
each.
it's about availability.
All right, so before I forget, because we are way past 1:30 already, I can't
my
thank you
God.
guys so much for being here. I hope you've enjoyed today's show. We will get through the rest of the questions and comments. However, was there anything else? Yes, we will. Is there anything else we have? Hey, take it easy.
I'm looking to
I
see
shouldn't even
what's-
mention that. That's why I knew I shouldn't have mentioned it. Was there anything else we need to talk about getting ready for winter? Pro tips, suggestions, ideas.
I think we said just prep. Don't overthink it. Prep your water heater. Make sure it's working. Don't take for granted that things are plugged in.
block off the wind chill.
Block off the
Do
windshield.
not heat your hen house,
Give them extra scratch grain, some corn,
and you'll be good.
and get more chickens.
That is an interesting point. All right, real quick. Here's what I wanted to show you guys. Here's a piece of polycarbonate right off the CNC, apparently. So I'm going to sacrifice a piece of polycarbonate for a window.
How thin is that?
1/8.
I don't know if I want to keep giving away specs. There's been so many people calling up asking for actual specs, but I guess it is on the website. It is 1/8 inch. You don't need it real thick. All right. And again, here's an example where it's all cut on the CNC and there's holes there, so you can just screw it right in. Here's what I love about polycarbonate. We ready? You want to try it? You ever done this? Go ahead and break it. Try to bend it in half. Bend it in half and snap it and break it. Just don't let it go.
Yeah. Look at he's bending. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that stuff is really strong.
Remember the episode with Office where doing CPR, staying alive. Okay, anyways.
Okay.
Just can't do it.
He's folding it in half and it's not,
Yeah, it's really not breaking.
and then it pops back to regular.
That's why polycarbonate costs what it costs, folks. Thank you.
Yes. That was very
What'd you guys put in the coffee today?
Oh my gosh. I was gonna give you applause, but honestly I cannot see. I need new glasses.
You could see what?
I couldn't see my little applause. Which
Oh
Those
no,
are
I
tough.
appreciate it, Ingrid.
Oh, here we go.
All right, so let's get through the rest of
I'm very late today.
I can't wait to go back and watch that little. The stuff is
Are you
amazing.
heavy breathing again?
Dude, I gotta stop. So I'm getting too fat apparently. Yes. Oh wait, it's catios?
So yeah, I think Dixie, when she was asking about the screen under the hardware, she said some people build catios with hardware mesh and screen under it. I guess probably to keep the mosquitoes out of it.
I so badly want to do catios.
Well, do it,
I've been wanting to build catios since I was a kid. Isn't that crazy?
especially because you're not cat people.
Wait, who?
Oh, speaking of, we got to talk about it later. I don't know if we can officially announce it for local people. I don't know how many people watch here locally, but we want to be able to start offering our hemp delivery service, bringing hemp to you for an extra charge. Yeah, you weren't in on that meeting.
I was not.
We're going to start offering hemp delivery service and really any service you need, especially if you're going on vacation and you want to just have a good, reliable chicken person checking on your
tender.
a coop tender. Something like that. Yeah. We got a girl that's local here that I think would be excellent for the job. She came to me wanting a job, and we're just trying to figure out what would be good for her. And I think it would be awesome.
She is a chicken person.
She is.
With
and
ducks.
And she's a cat person, too. So it made me think of it. Someone's mini person. God. It's almost weird how you both are so alike.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be fun?
We got questions.
All right, do it. Fire away. I'm ready
What
to
do
go.
people do what do people in the far north do with ducks in the winter? I hear about people having them here in far north Minnesota, but how can they be without water?
Check it out. Check it out. Check out that video where I talk about storm shields. That was a duck run.
That's right.
And they were probably the best duck eggs I ever had.
Yeah, that was
They
in
don't-
Vermont, that coop.
Yeah, I don't remember where I was, but
Vermont.
just block the windshield, block the snow, make sure the water doesn't freeze, and your ducks are happy.
You can
right?
have a small pond inside of a run with a de-icer.
Hint, hint. What are we gonna call that? We're coming up with the new duck dipper, I guess, if you will.
The duck hot tub.
Duck hot.
So Laura's asking how expensive it is to deliver to Oregon. We can ship it. It's just
It's okay. Where are we with that?
And I have Brooke Larson, if you can pull that in. I have an answer for her. She
This
says, yeah, my egg colors are not as vibrant as they used to be. Am I feeding wrong? They are so pale now. The eggs when they start laying in the spring, they're more vibrant than they are at the end of the season. And after the molt, they start over with the pigment.
yeah.
So they just
Oh.
they run through the pigment. It's nothing that you're doing.
See,
So
outstanding. I
You
would
will
have
find that the spring egg baskets are the most vibrant just in time for Easter.
out. I never noticed. Never knew that. That's a good point.
Yes.
Hold on. There was something else that. Okay, so about the hemp. Is it not flat rate shipping now?
No, you told me to take it off.
So
because
we
you
went
said-
back to regular.
Yeah.
How much is it to ship hemp to Oregon? You know what, Laura? Do this. Find some more people that want some hemp. Go in on it together, and we ship it out LTL, and you should save quite a bit of money. And LTL is LTL's been coming down again a little bit. I've been very
across the country though.
It's been getting better again, finally. But we are going to hopefully incorporate the flat rate shipping. We're working so hard to get that price down so it's just fair to everyone, and it makes sense to pay whatever it is to ship the hemp to the West
So
Coast.
Misty says 2 bales was $100 to Washington to ship. That's just the shipping. It's $50.
Yeah, I know. It's
But that's like 2 years of hemp or I don't know.
It depends how many chickens you got, what size coop, but you know what it is? It's hard to justify, okay, I'm going to spend $50. I'm going to spend more on shipping something than I am the actual product.
I know.
And this is why, again, I can't wait for it to be back on Amazon, do what everyone else is doing. Oh yeah, free shipping, $85. It's not free shipping. We're just rolling the cost into shipping.
Right.
And I can tell you we are working so hard on making it so that the cost is digestible. LTL, less than a truckload. So meaning that we put it on a pallet and ship it to you.
It's like freight.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is freight.
Most people call
Speaking
that
of
freight. Yeah.
Okay, I think let's see. I got through most.
Did we get
of
through it all?
these. I think-
142. I wonder, what was our longest show? Any
Oh,
idea?
we almost did 2 hours. It was like 2 shows ago too. It wasn't even with a guest. We went really
Oh,
long.
and I thought we had a 1:30 meeting.
Today.
Yeah.
Well-
it just occurred to me.
You might have had a 1:30 meeting.
I have a LTL estimate
Oh,
for 12 bales going to Bend, Oregon,
I love Bend, Oregon. Great place.
only because of our friend. That's the only place I know.
In Astoria.
Yep.
Love Astoria, Oregon.
So for about 12 bales, it's going to be about $255 for pickup in Bend, freight to terminal. For 12 bales, that's a lot of bales.
Hold on. Say again how much?
$255.
$255. She'd have to pick it up in a terminal
Think about that. That's $21.25 a bale for shipping.
for shipping on
Right.
top of the $45 per bale.
Right. That's what I mean. LTL. Get some people go in on it. Or
Yeah, you would
hell,
really
buy it,
need
Laura,
3 or
and sell
4.
it.
Yeah.
Mark it up. Yeah, let's make a deal. Let's do some business.
The more, obviously, we can pack on a pallet, the bigger bang you're going to get for your buck for shipping.
Right. We can ship, 21, 22 bales of hemp on a pallet?
We just can't exceed the 96 inches or whatever it is tall.
Okay.
Okay.
So that is a secret. 2 hour. Maddie says 2 hour live stream isn't enough.
Thank you, Maddie.
Is she staying with you?
Cheers.
She went down there. Her boyfriend, Eric, such a good kid. Out on the road, living it up, putting coops together. He's not going to come back the same. We were sharing stories with him the other night. He's like, what? I was almost like, he's not going to go on the road. Anyways, all right. 1:44. It's time.
So, next week.
Next week. What are we doing next week?
Molting. We're going to talk everything you need to know about molting.
I thought we were gonna have Kenzie's sister on.
We might.
Ah.
I don't know.
Oh, nobody knows about that. Nobody knows Kenzie has a sister, Mackenzie. Yeah, Mackenzie has a sister who has a lot of ducks and chickens, right?
And goats.
And goats. Has a little bit of everything, right? Mackenzie's like, my sister's a little crazy. I think she'd be great for the show.
Her name isn't Kenzie?
Her real name's Mackenzie.
Oh,
she hates it that I say it. I can't. I just like people's real names. She prefers to be called Kenzie.
Okay, that's what I
Okay,
thought.
Matthew.
No, you can call me Matt. When a guy calls me Matthew, I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Oh, yeah. But I never hear my name until down. Well, never mind. All right, listen. It is Friday. It is time to end this show. Get on with the weekend. It is NFL weekend. It is starting, even though it started last night. I was hoping the Bills were going to lose. Nothing makes me happier
Do you
watching
have a
Buffalo lose.
fantasy football league?
I'm doing nothing. I am so out of it. I miss the fantasy football, the pick'em leagues. But this will be the year my Bears go to the show and dominate, for sure.
Good luck with that. All right, everybody. We're going to wrap it up.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. I guess we'll see you next week, and we're going to talk about everything molting.
Molting
or
farm
Mackenzie's
stuff.
sister.
Or whatever we decide to do. Let us know.
Yeah, love your chickens and each other.
Yes. Later.